Anyone that is dying to play a game that takes advantage of next-gen tech should check out The Ascent, a visually jaw-dropping title that is the new standard for how ray tracing can fundamentally change how a game makes you feel. It helps that this new Cyberpunk game also has some stellar gameplay and a fully realized world, but it's unfortunate that, like CD Projekt Red's offering, it's riddled with debilitating bugs. The Ascent takes place on the planet Velez, where people serve giant megacorporations in the hopes of climbing, both figuratively and literally, through the ranks. The megacorporation your custom character works for is known as the Ascent Group, and it has recently gone into default. The Arcology, the massive structure in which all indentured servants, or indents, live, has been plunged into chaos, with different groups vying for power in the vacuum left behind. The world is incredibly well realized, both visually and through the story. Every detail of the Arcology feels handcrafted, and it's a delight to actually read the codex entries, not because it's simply interesting to learn about the lore of the game, but because each installment is paired with a fantastic visualization of the topic at hand. The ray tracing and textures are unlike almost anything I've seen in a video game before, and make the world of Cyberpunk 2077 feel rather flat in comparison. Each vista feels unique, with the different levels and areas of the Arcology perfectly evoking their qualities through design. There are a handful of weak elements to the story, however. Your custom character is an incredibly blank sheet, producing zero expressions to the world around them. One of my favorite aspects of Cyberpunk 2077 was how well realized I could make my version of V, while your avatar in the Ascent makes it hard to fully immerse yourself in its world. The voice acting and dialogue for the most part are also simply just fine. One of the areas the game excels in is the simplicity of its mechanics. Outfitting your character with new gear, weapons, and cybernetic enhancements has been well streamlined, whereas in Cyberpunk 2077, the customization options felt rather bloated. The cycle of looting, buying new gear, and improving your character is all expedient, allowing you to feel like you're making meaningful upgrades while not having you linger in menus for too long. This allows you to get back into the combat faster as your character battles all manners of enemies in the streets of the Arcology. The isometric twin-stick shooting design gives you a better view of the world than first or even third person, and it's great to see the space around your character react as a firefight breaks out in the middle of the streets, spilling over into the different interiors as you hope to take cover from the onslaught of enemies. The gameplay is extremely satisfying, and provides tense situations without ever feeling overwhelming. The Ascent's biggest problems, however, lie in its bugs. Playing on Xbox Series X, I've had massive sound issues. Enemies not spawn until I've restarted, freezing, and even the game just shutting down entirely. Hopefully the developers are able to deliver a day one patch, or patches soon after release, to fix these problems, so that players can have a smoother experience than I did during review. For Xbox Game Pass subscribers, The Ascent is a must-play, especially if you're playing on next-gen hardware. It does Cyberpunk better than Cyberpunk in a myriad of ways, its faults not detracting as much from the overall experience like it did with CD Projekt Red's installment.